With the most important election of our lifetime just around the corner, it is important to realize statistics and likelihood of who is elected the next President of the United States. This is one close election, even more such as last time. However, presidential candidate Kamala Harris is winning by a very close 1.1% voting rate to President Trump as of November 2nd in 2024. Since we all know about the presidential election, are we aware of local elections such as Bob Casey and Dave McCormick's? These are candidates running for the Senate position currently. Democrat candidate Bob Casey is winning against Republican candidate Dave McCormick by 7%. Meet William Klein, a 67-year-old retired gentleman, which is my dad, and a Republican. Here is his answers to why Dave McCormick should be Senate and not Bob Casey.
Well, I believe Dave McCormick is much better experienced and more experienced and much better person to deal with business manners. And right now, the economy is very important to our country. And I think that the way the government uses regulation is very important to small businesses. And the experience with McCormick is much better in the business world than Casey.
Meet Aiden Huza, a sophomore at IUP and part of the IUP College Democrats Club. He can surely give us an insight of what he thinks about how the election will impact our economy.
My parents are a big one, but I believe what they believe because that's how I was raised. I was raised as a Democrat, but also I think women's rights and freedom of speech and all that jazz really influenced me to vote this election. I got a younger sister. She's 15, so if she doesn't have bodily autonomy, I think that's awful, and she can't get an abortion when she needs one. I don't know what I would do. I love her and all that jazz.
To conclude, the media has influenced who we vote for. This has been Luke Klein for IUP News.
Well, I believe this election is quite important toward our Constitution because there have been influences recently in our government to try to change the structure of our government, which should require a constitutional change. So I believe that the people that are going to be elected need to look at the Constitution, and they are looking at it more, I think, with, let's say, with seriousness. And that should then make sure that they don't restructure the government in any way that would be contradictory to the Constitution. Well, the media is the primary source of information about each candidate, and I try to look at a variety of media resources to get as much information as I can to help make the best decision I can. So the media has a big influence because that's really where you hear about the candidates. So that's why it's so important and how it caused me to make my decision the way I did.